Hey, what's happening? What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning into Rules for Rebels. I figured we'd do a little Amazon merch update, talk a little merch, a couple things I wanted to touch on. I've just recently changed my merch pricing strategy. I'm going to start raising the prices of my shirts. Right now, a big focus of mine is getting more shirts uploaded. I'm at tier 500 right now. I only have about 390 shirts uploaded. And so I'm trying to increase that because I think I'm not going to tier up until I start utilizing more of my uploads. That's another thing I'm focusing on. Started using a new design company. I'm paying them $350 a month for unlimited designs, and I can only have one design in the works at a time. But essentially every 1 to 2 days I can be cranking out new designs. It's a little bit steep price-wise, but I think the quality of work is going to be a lot better. And because I'm working with American designers out of the East Coast, I think I'm not going to be dealing with any copyright infringement type stuff. It's all going to be original works, and it's going to be a little bit easier to communicate with them. And then I've noticed a lot of people getting frustrated with merch. A lot of people are saying merch is in a slump, sales are down, etc. So that's kind of the stuff I wanted to touch on today. So first things first, shirt pricing. I'm at tier 500. I currently have 390 shirts uploaded. On average, I'm earning about $2.30 per shirt sold. December was a fantastic month. I still haven't made my January earnings. I was waiting for official numbers to come out, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and get that video made within the next coming days, and then I'll follow it up shortly after with a February earnings. Did see a big downturn from December. December almost hit $1,000 in sales. Things have been a lot slower since then, but it hasn't been terrible. I have seen a little bit of a slowdown recently that people are talking about. One of my new strategies, I've been noticing a lot of my shirts that are selling are only selling for 40 or 80 cent profits. I would say my average shirt profit is probably about $2.37. But I do have a lot of shirts that, when I was trying to tier up, I was pricing things really low. And so some of my sales, I'm only making 40 cents, 80 cents. I mean, even if you sell a crap load of shirts, how many shirts do you got to sell for 40 cents to add up to something? So early on, I think of Amazon merch as kind of a building phase, right? It's not about making a bunch of money per shirt sale. It's about getting some high BSR scores on your shirts. And so for that, I think it's good to price them low, right? You're going to rank higher in Amazon search, and I think you're going to tend to get more buyers priced at $14, $15, $16 than you are at like $19 or $20. So early on, I think of Amazon merch as being kind of a building phase. I've kind of gone through that building phase. I got a good number of shirts up there. I have some consistent sales, and so I think now is the time for me to start raising the price and kind of keeping my shirts from like $17 to $19 instead of like from $14 to $16 or $14 to $17. Like I said, initially I kind of thought price. I thought like 16, maybe $16.95 was kind of a sweet spot, and I think that really is in some extent. I think that is kind of a sweet spot, but I don't think I'm selling twice as many shirts by pricing them lower. So I think I would rather earn more money per shirt than sell more shirts at a lower price point. So pretty much everything I'm doing now is full price at like $19.95, maybe for like St. Patty's Day shirts and things like that, because it is a shirt you're only going to wear like once a year. I might kind of keep those kind of trend more short-term shirts priced a little bit lower around that, $16.95, $17, $18 price point, but almost everything else I'm going 20 bucks on. So that's kind of my new Amazon pricing strategy. I'll kind of share that with, I'll kind of share updates with you guys on how that's going, if shirts are selling, etc. Some new niches I've been hitting. I've been going for like odd hobbies, things like tree shaping. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. I'm not going to give them all away, but basically just do a Google search of like 50 odd hobbies or 100 odd hobbies and go for some really, really focused niche stuff. That's one thing I'm messing around with. I'm doing a lot more kids shirts lately. Some of my other niches that were really killing it are starting to die down, so I'm kind of searching for some other stuff. What else did I mention? I've been using a new design company, just started using them a couple days ago. Maybe in the next couple days and next week, I'll make another video kind of giving you an update on kind of how that's going. But basically what it is, it's a company out of New Jersey. I pay them $350 a month. I have unlimited designs. They don't outsource their work. There are other services like this out there, but a lot of them basically outsource it to somebody in the Philippines or Indonesia, and they just kind of act as a middleman for you. This company I'm using, all the work is done in-house. So all the work is being done in New Jersey. There's a couple pros of doing this. A, communicating with my designers. They're actually English-speaking people. I think they're going to kind of pick up on like cultural references a little bit better. Basically, it's always a challenge communicating this design idea in your head to somebody else, and I think that's going to be a lot easier doing it with somebody here in the US than doing it with somebody who maybe isn't as familiar with English, or maybe even isn't as familiar with like cultural references in the US and things like that. It is a little bit expensive. I can have one design item in the works at a time. Once that one's finished, I can do another one. On average, it's about 48 hours to get a design done. I've had 2 designs done so far. Both designs they've had back to me within like 12 hours. So you can potentially crank through some shirts. I mean, even if they're on the slower end of meeting their deadlines, you're going to get 15 designs a month. If you really are approving everything quickly and submitting your designs shortly after one design's been approved, you might be able to get upwards of 30 designs done in a month. One thing I was thinking about doing, and let me know if any of you guys have an interest in this. I know a lot of you guys probably are like, oh, $350 a month, that's kind of a lot of money, but it does sound like a cool service. Once I get some of my designs out of the way, if you guys want to use my service, basically for like maybe 25 bucks, I'll let you guys do a design through me. It'll help me kind of subsidize that $350 a month that I'm paying, and then you'll get some design work done, quality design work done, very cheaply without having to pay this like high monthly fee. And one of the perks of working with a company in the US, I think, here is again, you know, easier communication and things like that. Any fonts and icons and anything like that that they're using, it's all going to be stuff that they've paid for and own the rights to. As Young from Merch Mind says, a lot of time when you use a lot of these Fiverr guys, they're using fonts and graphics and things that they actually haven't paid for. A lot of guys on Fiverr may give you like, you know, they may just swipe something off Google Images, give it to you, and if you're not double checking what they're handing off to you, that could potentially land you in some hot water with Amazon merch, maybe getting a copyright infringement strike or something like that. So I definitely think there's going to be some perks to working with these guys. They offer a 14-day return policy, so I'm going to try to get as many designs done in this 14-day period as possible. I actually have a call with my designer as well as I think some of the creators for some affiliate stuff as well later on this afternoon. So I'll report back, let you guys know how that goes. But you know, one of these days coming up soon, once I get a few more designs under my belt, I'll take you into my back-end dashboard, and kind of show you some of their designs, show you what the dashboard looks like, and show you kind of what the workflow kind of process looks like with them. So that was kind of another cool thing. I've seen a lot of people kind of getting frustrated with merch lately. A lot of people are saying sales are really down, sales are really slow. I've been away for about the past week. I was down in Mexico, I brought my computer with me, didn't log on one time. It was kind of nice to give my eyes a break from the screen and just kind of take a step back. So when I came home and logged on, I was like, wow, my shirt sales are pretty low compared to what I'm used to. So I definitely think there might be a little bit of a slowdown in merch sales going on right now. In the, I think it's Amazon merch subreddit, there was a lot of talk of people who are like, oh, I'm starting to spend more time on Redbubble and Printful and some of these other sites as opposed to Amazon. At the end of the day, I don't think anybody can compete with Amazon in terms of the organic traffic that you're getting, but a lot of people like that. Amazon's very strict when it comes to like copyright stuff. Like, you're not allowed to do like, a lot of people want to do maybe like a Game of Thrones parody type shirt where you're not using any of their logos, you're not using anything proprietary to them, but nonetheless that kind of falls in a gray area, and Amazon isn't going to allow that type of stuff. A lot of times just having a keyword in your title, bullet points, description that even references anything related to a copyright will get you shut down, or not get you shut down, but get that design rejected. I mentioned I was making a series of shirts about Chicago neighborhoods, so Bucktown, Ukrainian Village, Pilsen, Wrigleyville, and they blocked Wrigleyville. Wrigleyville, I mean, it's a neighborhood. I'm sure in some way maybe it's copyrighted to the Cubs, but I wasn't making any reference to the Cubs. I was just doing a series of Chicago neighborhood shirts, and they wouldn't even allow that. So they're pretty strict with that stuff, where you can play a little bit looser on some of these other sites. Just pulling up to get my coffee, so I've got to wrap this video up here. But yeah, I'll kind of keep you guys in the loop on what's going on with merch. I have seen a slowdown. I've seen a lot of people talking about, oh, I might quit uploading until things pick up. I personally think that's kind of stupid. These sites and sales can kind of turn on a dime, and I would much rather continue doing what I'm doing and having a lot of designs uploaded when the tide turns and sales start going well, than sitting on the sidelines saying, I'm not going to do anything until things pick up. So even if you're frustrated, even if sales are kind of slow, keep chugging along, keep putting your designs up. I saw somebody made a comment like, oh, I'm doing twice the amount of work if I have to re-upload. Well, no, put up your shirt. If it gets taken down after 90 days, go ahead and re-upload it. It's, yeah, it's going to take a few minutes to type in your title tags and description, but it's not as if you're having to make the entire design over again. So I would suggest not quitting and not slowing down just because sales are a little bit slow. Things will pick up, and you might as well keep things going. So that's all I really got for you guys today. I'll get the update videos for January and February up within the next couple days. And also I'll give you guys a sneak peek at this new design service I'm using. I'll catch you guys later.